This is News on 6 Sports with Bobby Lewis.
All right, raise your hand if you saw that one coming. Me neither. OU game was delayed 94 minutes last night because of foul weather, and now the forecast for the rest of the season is pretty stormy in Norman. That's because the Sooners' national title hopes could be over after OU fell at home to Texas Tech. OU trailed from the get-go. Tech jumped out to a 31-7 lead early in the third quarter and held on for the 41-38 win. The Sooners dropped all the way from 3rd to 11th in the AP poll and down to 9th in the coaches poll. The Red Raiders snapped Oklahoma's 39-game home win streak, but the team says there's no excuses.
Credit them. They really whipped us in every part of the game. Told the players we were, definitely out-coached and outplayed.
You're going to get beat when you don't do certain things. And again, we got to do a better job, too, of putting our guys in a better position, too. So, there's, responsibility that goes across the board.
Just the third time Bob Stoops has lost at Owen Field in his 78 career games, and OU has been ranked highly in all 3 of them. The first one came in the Bedlam game in 2001 when a 3-7 OSU team led by Josh Fields and Rashawn Woods knocked number 3 OU out of the national title picture. The only other loss was the season-opening stunner to TCU back in 2005. Now, the Cowboys have nowhere to go but up after beating Missouri on Saturday. You can expect them to be number 3 in the latest BCS poll when it comes out later tonight. OSU scored 45 points despite losing Justin Blackman and Hubert Anium to injuries. Joseph Randall sprinted his way to a career-high 138 yards rushing and 4 total touchdowns. And the defense continued to bend but not break. When the Pokes needed a big play, they got it, forcing 4 Tigers turnovers.
We just play fast, and we don't care if we don't have the prototypical players. We just want to get our offense the ball, and that's the main thing.
It's really been, 3 weeks in a row now that our defense has come up with turnovers, and we've been fortunate to get turnovers in the second half, and it just makes a huge difference.
Former Cowboys head football coach Pat Jones has been voted into the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame for the class of 2012. In 11 years, Jones won 62 games, making him the winningest coach in OSU history. He grew up in Little Rock and played and coached for the Arkansas Razorbacks in the mid-70s. Things are smooth sailing for the Golden Hurricane. They put away Rice last night in Houston thanks to another great game from Willie Carter. The junior had a career-high 160 yards on 9 catches. One of them went for a 64-yard score. And give the defense some credit, they came into the game middle of the pack in the conference when it comes to turnovers. The TU picked off 2 passes and forced a fumble in the first quarter alone. TU is now 3-0 in league play with SMU in town next weekend. It's kind of easy to push the World Series to the back burner with all this football going on, but the Cardinals and Rangers are locked in a great series. Game 3 last night in Arlington, and Albert Pujols was the star, blasting a postseason record-tying 3 home runs. The only other guys to do that, Reggie Jackson and some dude named Babe Ruth. You may have heard of him. All the long balls came after the 6th inning. Pujols led the route 16-7. The Cardinals win. They take a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. You can see Game 4 tonight, 7:05 first pitch down in Texas. No NBA doesn't mean no basketball in OKC, at least not tonight. Thunder star Kevin Durant is hosting a charity game at the Ford Center with a few of his NBA buddies, including Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and LeBron James. They tip off about 6 o'clock. And we tip off on the Blitz tonight at 10:25 right here on Channel 6. Tonight we're talking a recap of that NBA game. What in the world happened to the Sooners? And of course we'll break down OSU and TU. We're not going to break down the Denver Broncos beating my Miami Dolphins. You lucky girl.
At least one person up here is happy.
Me. I know. Here was talking about his storms yesterday, and what did you call it for the Sooners' loss? It was just the stale icing.
It was just the stale icing on your crumbly cake of a day. It was just bad.
Bad day all the way around for me.